There's a big debate going on as to what pedals we should be using on our e-mountain bikes. Some argue that clips are definitely superior, while some argue that flats are better. Now to settle this, I've come to my local riding spot and I've got both sets of pedals, set myself some challenges, and we're gonna see what comes out on top. And today's challenges are, first up, a skills challenge. Now, a lot of riders think that clips and flats are gonna differ when it comes to these. Wheelies, bunny hops. Next up, we've got a technical hill climb. Will the clips offer more power and get me to that hill, or am I gonna be dabbing my way up out of control? Next up, we've got a trials challenge. Now I'm gonna set myself up a little course to see if I can get around without any dabs. And I wonder which pedal's gonna come out on top there. And lastly, we've got a downhill challenge. So racing down the hill, see which pedal gives me the fastest time. The pedals that we're going to be using for today's challenges are going to be from Nukeproof. So for the flat option, I have my Nukeproof Horizon, which are the Sam Hill signature pedals. I'm going to be mating these up with a super sticky riding shoe too. And for the clipless version, again, Nukeproof Horizon clips, and I'm going to be mating this up with a clipless shoe. Now I just want to mention that my go-to pedal for riding, for 95% of my riding, would be a flat pedal, although I have spent some time in clips, including lots of racing in the past. So we'll see what ends up on top, and let's get cracking. So to warm up, we've got a little bit of a jib challenge going on here. We're gonna do some wheelies, some bunny hops to see which pedal comes out on top. See if I can hop higher, maybe with those flats over clips, or could it be the other way around? Right, jibbing around on the flats was definitely a load of fun, but I've been back, I've stuck my clips on, got my funny shoes on too. Let's try and replicate that stuff and see how it feels clipped in. Okay, so that rounds up the first trick challenge, and I'm definitely feeling nice and warmed up too. So a big distinct difference between the two pedals there. With the flat pedals, definitely felt at home, could put in the power, and the balance was really good. But when it comes to the clips on those more technical things, such as that hop up manual down the rock, I didn't have the confidence to actually do it in the clips. I probably could if I practiced, but it's just having that ability just to dab your foot with flats at a moment's notice that I really like. Probably something that I could get used to with clips. And again, the terrain that we're riding today, it is super loose, so you do need to dab your foot down in a blink of an eye. Things like the bunny hops, flats, didn't actually feel as good as the clips of the bunny hops. There's a distinct difference in the power that I could get from the pop and the hops. It wasn't necessarily good technique, but it did offer me a height advantage when it comes to pulling up. So if I dialed in my technique, possibly the clips could give me a little bit more height. But on to the next challenge. Trials riding is some of the most technical riding you're probably going to be doing on your e-mountain bike. It requires power, it requires strength and balance, and of course that power could be an advantage coming from those clips, especially from a standstill scenario. But flats, you definitely need to take a dab now and again, so having that could be a massive confidence booster. And with that in mind, we've designed a trials course that is definitely going to challenge the best. Let's go check it out. So kicking off the course, we have 2 rocks in succession. So we're going to hop over those. We go up into this off-camber knife edge section. So we're balancing across the top here in to the molehill turn with an off-camber exit. So steep entry into here. We've got some off-camber rocks and it's very loose here, so it could mean a dab. Then we need to get on the power here into this slight bomb hole section onto the top of the platform. And once we're up onto the platform, you're going to maneuver your bike round, hop it, and then it's a straight drop into the finish. Right, I've got the clips on. I think it's trials time. Let's see if I can keep this clean and not dab my feet whatsoever. Feeling pretty sketchy already, I'm not gonna lie. Right, clip in. There we go. So we're up over the rocks into this section. Now this loose corner. Oh my God. Ah! There we go. It was a clean, but it was pretty messy, and I'm not gonna lie, pretty scary. Let's stick the flats on and see if we can clean that up a little. Okay, the flats are back on, and already I'm feeling a lot more confident than I did on those clips, but I was pretty impressed with those clips, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see how these flats go. Right, into the first rocky section. Turbo mode engaged. Oh yes, nice. Straight round into the knife edge section, into this little bomb hole. Now this is loose, so I'm gonna really take my time. Definitely lost the back end, so nicely online there. On the power, up, into the drop. Woo! Nice. Now that's a clean on both sets of pedals there, but with the clips, I felt maybe I was actually faster, but was definitely bulldozing my way through all of those sections and felt a little bit out of control. But again, with practice, I could probably polish that up. But with the flats, definitely a lot more bike control. I could hop, maneuver. The power delivery felt a little bit underpowered as I went into that steep last section compared to the clips. That was a definite difference there. But the whole section for me on flats was definitely way easier and a lot more fun. On to the next one. Next challenge is a technical hill climb. Now this thing is absolutely littered with horrible rocks, roots, and really polished sections of trail. Now being in Britain, we obviously had a lot of rain last night, so the entry to this climb is quite a smooth but very slippy clay transition into these horrible rock and rooty sections. I'm gonna hit it on both the clips and the flats and see which one gets me to the top or has the performance advantage. Right, time then to hit this tech climb on some flat pedals. I'm not liking the look of this already. Look at the state of my tires. I think this is gonna be pretty slick. Let's go. Whoa. Right, let's go. Woo! Christ, this is pretty slippy already. Getting some momentum for these horrible triple rock steps here. Oh my God. Right, let's keep going. Wow. 2 dabs, 3 dabs. Ah, disastrous. Right, the flats are off and the clips are on. Now I'm wondering whether this hill climb is gonna be on with the clips. Pretty slippy and I'm not feeling that confident, especially on that triple kind of rock step. Could be a wheel spin and fall over sideways, but the added power might see me get to the top. Let's clip in, turbo mode, let's go. Get off the track, get some grip going on. Get some momentum. Knew that was going to happen. Oh God, I've got to try and get my foot unclipped. Wow, that's totally blown my mind. Something that I didn't think would happen here today. So we've just done the tech hill climb, super slippy. I tried it on flats multiple times, and I think the best run that I got up here was 2-3 dabs to get to the top. Then I got on the clips, tried those, lots of funny moments. Yep, I did fall over backwards as expected, but my final attempt was an actual clean to the top. Now this is down to the consistent power that you can put through the pedals. Yeah, I didn't feel as confident, but the power just simply drove me up that hill. It kept the momentum up, and I could actually pull up with my feet over those rock steps, which was causing me problems on the flat. So yeah, totally mind blown by these clips. Right, after those results from the hill climb, which kind of shell-shocked me a little, we've ridden up to the top of the local downhill track, and of course I've got clips and flats ready to go, so we're going to smash the downhill run out and see which one reigns supreme. I'm wondering whether those clips with that instantaneous power out the corner and the flat pedally section could come out on top, or maybe dabbing that foot with a flat could be king. Right, let's get ready, start the clock, let's go. Right, stop the clock. Whoa. Right, get the dust out my eyes and the dirt. All right, let's have a look at the time on the Garmin, on the Clips then. 24, dead on the nose, 24.0 seconds. Definitely a bit sketchy coming out of some of those berms and those jumps I didn't feel too confident on. But when it comes to getting the power on down that straight, pedaling hard, that's when these things come into their own. Let's stick the flats on and see if we can beat 24.0 seconds. Right, the flats are on and the results are in from my Clipless run down this hill. Now that coming at 24 seconds bang on the nose. Flats, I think, it's my go-to pedal. Feel way more confident on this, so I think I'm gonna smash it. Right, Garmin, let me know. Right, stop the clock. That was pretty intense. A load of fun on flat pedals compared to those Clips, but let's look and see what the Garmin says time-wise. Right, 24.6 seconds, so 0.6 of a second slower than that Clip effort, which kind of surprised me. That felt actually way faster, but I think it just goes to show that sometimes if you're riding a little bit on the edge where it's sort of dabbing feet and sliding around, then it's not quite as fast as those clipped-in pedals. And that's the reason why you see 95% of the top World Cup racers using Clips. Obviously got more power and a bit more control. So totally surprised me on that one, but that wraps up today's challenges. But let's go and have a think a little bit more about these pedals and a little bit of a conclusion to wrap things up. I'm not here to say whether you should run flats or Clips on your bike. There are definitely some advantages with both and some disadvantages, and it comes down to how you ride and where you ride. It all comes into it. If you're out on those big cross-country rides, then yes, Clips definitely could be a winner. But if you're riding the bike park, maybe not. Let us know what you ran down in the comments box down below. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe to us here on EMBN and check out the merch shop for all this latest new kit.